Hey guys, what's up? It's I'm a Little Cat here today, and in this video we will be talking about my top 5 favorite games on PC. Now in my opinion these are the top 5 best games on PC, but this is my opinion so you may not agree. Now since I do say on PC, that does not mean that these are strictly PC exclusives. Most of these games can be found on console as well, so if you do only have a console, please stay tuned because I will recommend all of these to you as well. There will be honorable mentions at the end, so please stick around for those. Those are games that I play, but not as much, and I just felt that they didn't need a spot on the list, and that I didn't have enough to even make a top 10. So, without further ado, let's hop right into the list with number 5. Alright, kicking off this list at number 5, we've got Golf with Your Friends, and just as the name implies, it really does need your friends. This is a fun game solo. As you can see in the background, I am playing solo, but I would not have as many hours as I do, which I've got 35 hours in this game, and that's all strictly playing with my friends. I hardly ever play solo, like I don't think I ever do until this video, honestly. I never play solo, I only play with my friends, so I mean that really implies something. I've got 35 hours in this cheap little $5 game, that's all it is, and I've got 35 hours in it. It all is just from my friends and me playing. We don't play for too long. It's not like we sat there and played it straight. You just hop on for an hour or so a day, and it's just fun. I mean, it's different every time. You can get different modifiers and put like the ball as a cube and the gravity different. There's just so many different things you can do other than playing the base game. Right now there's only 3 maps, but they will obviously be putting more into the game in the future as it still is in early access. But other than that, that's pretty much the game in the nutshell. There's not much more to it, but it is cheap and it's pretty fun to play with a lot of friends. So if you get quite a few friends of yours that would like to get this game, I would highly suggest it. Now let's go straight on to number 4. Taking the number 4 spot is FIFA 16. FIFA 16 should be no stranger to anyone, as it is one of EA's biggest sports titles. I know I have played it a lot. I've got 51 hours in the game. Most of that is just playing random tournaments with my friends, and it's a lot of fun with friends, just as Golf with Your Friends was, but also you can get a lot of fun out of it just playing solo, as there is kickoff modes and manager modes, and there's lots of different things. There's career modes, there's tons of things you can do solo. And one of my favorite modes in the game is Ultimate Team, which a lot of people know as it is very popular amongst YouTubers. And I don't really need to explain it, but if you don't know what it is, it mainly is just a game where you just buy different players, put them on your team, and then you can go out and play computer bots or just play against your friends or random players online. It's pretty neat. I like it. I play it quite a bit with my friend, and we just like making squads on Foothead and different sites just to see who we could buy for how many coins and stuff like that. So it's pretty fun, and especially if you're really into soccer and you follow it, Ultimate Team is definitely a lot of fun to play. But other than that, let's just hop straight in to number 3. Coming in at number 3 is Overwatch. I love Overwatch. It is so much fun to play. Just like almost all these in the list, it's just more fun with friends, but I've hopped on by myself before and had a ton of fun, almost just as much fun. It's just fun whenever you get play of the game, which is something that happens in the game if you don't know. Like, if you get like a 4-player kill streak or you do something really cool, at the end the game decides who gets play of the game, and it'll show it to everybody. And like, it's not just your play of the game, it's just they choose one player's play of the game. In the end, they show it at the end, so it's really fun when you're playing with your friends and you're all just kind of sitting there and you think you did really well, and if one of you gets play of the game, you can kind of like laugh at them and be like, oh, look what I did. And it's just kind of cool. I mean, but it is just as fun playing solo because it's just kind of like one of those competitive shooters such as CSGO, but it definitely is not CSGO by any means, so don't take it that way, but like how CSGO can get addictive just because it is kind of competitive and there is that competitive aspect there. It's just kind of like that, and if I could choose a game that closely related to it, but not exactly, I would have to say TF2. That's the closest game that would be, like, I can't think of any other games that are relatable to it. I mean, it's not TF2 by any means, and TF2 is not Overwatch, but it's probably the only game that I could relate most to it, because there's so many like different classes in TF2, but they're called heroes, and Overwatch, and it's just kind of hard to explain without doing a full review. So if you really do want to know, look up a review, or maybe I'll do a review sometime, but it's hard to explain in just this short amount of time. But it is a lot of fun, and I would highly recommend it to anybody that does like competitive first-person shooters. But other than that, let's hop straight to number 2. Taking the number 2 spot, we've got Grand Theft Auto 5. If you don't know what Grand Theft Auto 5 is, you must be living under a rock, because everybody that's in the gaming industry or just plays games knows what GTA 5 is. I mean, I don't know, it's all over the YouTube homepage, and just so many big YouTubers play GTA, and I don't know, it just surprised me if you didn't know what it was. But I guess if you don't, or you want to know why I like it, it's just, I have about probably like 500 hours in the game. Or just GTA Online, I have 400, 500 hours. That's just the online part. I don't play the story part. I'm just not a big fan of story. I mean, a lot of you probably will hate me for that, because apparently it's one of the best story modes ever. And but I've never played it just because I'm not a huge story guy, and I'm not really planning on getting around to it, but maybe in the future I might. But I mean, online is all I need. I've got that many hours in it, and it's just me and my friends. We'll hop on, we'll play for hours doing races and missions, and these custom races, custom missions. The new DLC, Cunning Stunts, is so fun. They did such a good job. I mean, Rockstar takes their time to make their DLCs and everything perfect. I mean, I will agree that their like cars are very overpriced if you don't buy shark cards and stuff, which I do buy shark cards, but if you don't, it's definitely overpriced. But I mean, it's so much fun. I just love buying new cars and customizing them, and it's just a blast. Me and my friends have a great time on it, and every time there's a new DLC, we all end up buying shark cars just to buy the new cars, see what they're like. And I've put so much money and time into that game, it's just not even funny. I mean, I've played since the Xbox 360 days. Like, I played it back then, and then I transferred it to my Xbox One, and then after that I transferred it to my PC. So I mean, I've played it over multiple platforms, and it's just as fun as all of them. But if you don't already have the game, I would highly recommend picking it up, because I mean, everybody has the game, so you're never gonna not find people on it. So it'll be alive for a long time, I believe. But without that, let's hop into the well-awaited number 1. Alright, in the number 1 spot, the well-awaited number 1 spot, we have got Blood and Bacon. As you can see, this game looks so good. I mean, this is like next-gen graphics right here. This is just such a great game. For the low price of 99 cents, who would pass this up? I mean, I'm pretty sure this is developed by a AAA developer. I mean, if you just look at this game, look how beautiful it is. Look at the quality of this game. I mean, honestly, who would not want this game? I don't even need to explain what's going on. I mean, look at, if this gameplay is not enough to make you buy this game, I don't know what is. No, I'm joking, this is not number 1, but this is actually a pretty cool game for 99 cents. I will agree with that. It's one of the best games for 99 cents, but let's jump into the real number 1. Alright, now time for the real weighted number 1. And for me, that would be Rocket League. I have put, I believe, 100 hours into the game now, which doesn't seem as much as I said about like GTA 5, what I said about CSGO, which I did get burnt out on that because I've got like 400 hours in it, and I just got burnt out. So, I mean, 100 hours compared to some of those games like that just kind of seems low for me to be praising this so high, but those 100 hours have felt like 3,000, honestly. I mean, I've felt like I've played this game forever, but I actually haven't. Like, I've just had so much fun, it just seems like I should have way more than I have. I mean, I'm a veteran rank now, which actually takes a long time to get. I just got it, so it took me 100 hours to get that rank, and I was pretty happy about that. I know it's pretty low compared to what some people are, but I was pretty happy that I finally got it, because it did show that I actually did kind of get dedicated to the game, because every rank below that, it doesn't take too long to get. So I was pretty happy that it finally does show off that I have gotten quite a few hours in this game. But this game is just so much fun. I mean, I don't know how you don't know. There's like 100,000 people on, and that's just for the PC, PS4 crossplay. That doesn't count all the people playing on Xbox. So there's a lot of people playing this game. So if you don't know what it is, because I don't know how you wouldn't, but if you don't, it's basically just soccer with cars, and it seems pretty simple, but once you jump in, you might be like, okay, I can hit a ball. Like if you're playing against like rookie bots, like you're like, this is pretty easy. But as soon as you get into competitive play, like I always play, I'm not ranked super high or anything, but I mean, as soon as you get into competitive play and you do get put up against like good people, I mean, it just gets so intense. Just there's so many things that you need to master to get good at this game. You need to master like aerials, you need to master getting back quick and defending. There's way too much to cover in just this short amount of time. I just love the game so much. Me and my friends play it all the time, and this is definitely a game that it doesn't matter if you have friends. I love having friends because it's a competitive game, and it helps if you're all talking. But I mean, if you want, it's still just as fun playing by yourself, because there's solo. You can do competitive solo. There's just all this. You can do seasons. I mean, I've had a lot of fun playing by myself as well. But if you do have quite a few friends that do have this game, I would definitely recommend all of you getting it and all of you playing it, because competitive with friends is a lot of fun. It does get really tense, and you guys might get mad at each other because things do get intense, and it's just, I don't know, but you will end up having fun in the long run. I mean, but if you're about to like get deranked or anything and you lose, I mean, everybody kind of gets upset, but that's why you just come back the next match and just fight even harder. And I just love the game so much. This is probably the number one game that if anyone doesn't have this game and they ask me to recommend them a game, I would probably just go straight to Rocket League, because I've just had so much fun. I mean, I've heard of people that hate soccer and hate playing things, but they go and play Rocket League and they just love it. So I would definitely highly recommend checking it out. And it's only like $15-20, I believe. So I mean, it's not like you're going to be breaking the bank if you do not really enjoy it as much, and you can always refund it if you don't like it, but I would definitely recommend getting it. It is a must-have. So that'll do it for this top 5, so I'm just going to hop into some honorable mentions right after this, and thank you guys for watching this top 5, and let's get straight into the honorable mentions. Alright guys, for the honorable mentions, I'm going to have to go with Rise of the Tomb Raider for my first one, because I just got the game pretty recently. I picked it up during the Steam sale, so it was a few weeks ago, but I like it. I don't have strong enough of an opinion to put it in the top 5. Like, I like it, it's a lot of fun. I just don't have too many hours in it or any good opinions on the game to actually put it in our top 5. But it is a lot of fun, and like I did say earlier in the video, I do not like story games that much, but this doesn't really feel like it because it's a little more open. You kind of do a little more of your own thing. I mean, it is still like linear, like it's not exactly open world, which I don't like open world stories just because they feel weird to me, but it's still linear, obviously, but it feels a little more open than some games do, so that's why I do like it. But I would recommend getting it because it is a pretty good game, and I have had quite a bit of fun in the few hours that I have in it. My next honorable mention is going to have to be The Sims, and right now I've only got The Sims 3 because I didn't think I'd actually like the game, and my friends were playing it, and I was like, I'll try it, and I had Origin Access, so it was one of the free games there, so I downloaded it, and I actually had a lot of fun. I've got 20 hours in the game now, so that's that's quite a bit. I mean, I like it. I mean, it's not too many hours, but for me, I don't have too many games with that many hours, so that's kind of saying a lot. I like it quite a bit. It's more fun than I expected it to be, by all means, so I would definitely recommend it. The Sims 3 I know is pretty cheap right now, or just in general. It's not like on sale, just in general, it's cheap. So I'd definitely go pick it up and try it, because I didn't think I'd like it either, but I mean, I ended up liking it, and I've got 20 hours now, so I would definitely recommend it, and I've had a lot of fun with it. And the last honorable mention that I have is the new Need for Speed game. Now, I have had a few graphic issues not with my graphics card, but like just in general. It might be my CPU, but I'm not for sure, because there's people with higher end CPUs that are having issues as well. So it's like the ground will like disappear, and then you'll be able to drive on it, and then you'll randomly fall through the map sometimes, and there's just some issues. Some people say it's with like the hard drive, or I'm not really for sure what it is. So I'm going to try and figure that out, and I'm hoping that it's their side, not my side, and if enough people complain about it, enough people are having the issue, then they will definitely fix the issue, hopefully. But other than that, I'm getting a really big Forza kind of vibe off of it, and Forza Horizon 2 is definitely in my top 5 of all-time games. Like, my favorite all-time games is definitely in the top 5, and it's the closest game I've got on PC until Forza Horizon 3 comes out. So it did kind of fill that gap for me, and I like it. It's a lot of fun with friends and by yourself, so I'd definitely go pick it up, but I'd make sure that your PC can run it, because I know mine can, but I hope that it's not my side that's having those issues. But maybe by the time you see this video and pick it up, maybe those issues will be fixed. But it's definitely something to look into, because it can be a game breaker, because it does happen in the middle of races sometimes, and it'll make you lose. But other than that, I definitely recommend it. But thank you guys for watching. This has been iLittleCat. Please leave a like, it'd be greatly appreciated. And comment down below what you think I should do for my next video, and maybe what your top 5 games would be. It doesn't have to be of PC, so if you are on console, you could definitely do the top 5 games that you've played on there. But I'd like to see what you guys want to say about that. But do you agree with my list, yes or no? Post that down there as well. But